Hi. Okay, I think I'm live. Just check. Yes, I am. Whoa. Got live straight away. Hi everyone. I'm just gonna get straight into today, I think. I don't want this to drag on for way too long like it quite often does. Yeah, so I hope you can join me. So today, sorry it's been a while. It's been a few weeks, hasn't it? I need to just show you this. Oh, it's going now. I've had a couple of drinks of water. Talking of which, bear with me. I need to just go grab one. I've left it over there. Bear with me a second. So today, I kind of thought I'd better come and do it live because I didn't get one done last week for various reasons. You know, things just crop up. And I'm just very aware I haven't even been through and shown you anything from the new release yet. So we've kind of been a bit busy since Christmas, really, with new releases, which is exciting. There's nothing better than a new release. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of crack on, really, and bear with me. Hi Pauline. Hi, thanks for joining me. So I'm just gonna kind of mooch on. We'll get on. We'll go through the new release. So it's the Big Moments release, which we actually, excuse me for my blue lips. Look, I didn't realise my lips had gone blue as well. They quite often do because I'm a bit one of these cold people. You know, like I don't have Raynaud's, but I could imagine that I do. I can see my blue and my teeth. My God, that's blue bonbons, that is. So we'll just crack on, and I'm going to go right through the new release. I'm going to show you some. I like taking this opportunity with a live to show you the design team samples because very often you don't get to see them very well when we do Hobby Maker because the show is so fast. So, which is partly why my lives always take a really long time and probably a lot faster than a lot of other teams because we have so many amazing samples, and I just always like to try and give the design team girls a little shout out. And you know, at the end of the day, I wouldn't be here if they weren't helping me because I certainly can't make the amount of samples that they make, and also, I mean, they're just amazing. Anyway, so, and talking of which, we've got Natalia joining us. Hello, lovely. And a Sprinkle with Cards joining us as well. So, is that Eve? I can't remember. A Sprinkle with Cards, I know who you are, but I cannot think. I've got a feeling you're Eve. Sorry, I haven't got my list of all the. I'll lose track of all your Instagram names and stuff. So, anyway, so I'm gonna beetle on. Let's crack on and get on with some things, shall we? So the first, this is going to be no good as an angle. Which ones? Where should we go? Do we go here? Let's go here today. Okay. For now, all the cameras are working. Let's see how long that lasts, shall we? So I've got loads of samples here as well for each sort of product set. So I want to go through those, and if I do have time, I'm going to do a little demo as well. But the really good thing is this collection is so easy to create. Well, I think it is anyway. I find that, you know, if you're in for, you know, kind of any kind of celebrations, which let's face it, who of us isn't, then I kind of feel like this is the collection that you're really gonna absolutely love. So I think first of all, let's show you some of the cards first of all. Because we have so, like I say, we have so many amazing samples. Let me just grab these here. So the collection is called Big Moments. It launched on the 24th of February, so it's only 2 weeks. And if you've been following us on social media, you've seen us posting some gorgeous, gorgeous makes from the team. Hello, Christine, lovely. Hello, Angie, gorgeous lady, back to you. Hi, Karen, as well. So, hello all. So, let's start off with some of the samples. So, I'll show you samples, and then I'll show you the actual product that matches. Isn't this dreamy? I think I'm not supposed to have favourites, but I kind of feel like this is my favourite of the whole kind of batch, really, although there's a few really that are competing, but I just love this dreamy yellow and pink. Natalia, who is on the live comments, the colours she uses are just amazing. Bear with me, I'm gonna have to blow my nose. They're just absolutely, I like yellow and pink together anyway, but she's making me, you know what, you guys know that for years I've said I hate yellow, and Natalia has made me like yellow. So this combination I think is just absolutely stunning. So this is using this cheeky little die here, which is called Celebrate, and this is what I call an in-out die. Okay, so this is one single die, and it's basically going to cut your letters, but it also cuts out an aperture. So, and also it cuts out all of this, not all of the stars are extra, but you see these little bits, can you see? It's a bit bright in here. All these like little extra embellies, they all cut out as well. So this creates all the confetti, or some of the confetti, for shaker cards. Oh, it's Zell. Oh, hi Zelly. Oh, Zell. Zell's joining us from Philippines. She's amazing. She makes lovely, lovely makes. So this is the Celebrate die. So like I say, one die, but you make two cards at once with this, okay? And it creates that shaker element. So look, we've got things like this. Look at this. Isn't that cool? So Christine made this one. Absolutely love this. And what I love, if I show that closer, I'm going to go to the other camera. Just feel like it's nice and light. Can you see there? This background here, what she's done is she's actually stenciled and put our clear embossing paste through the stencil to make this amazing background as well. So that is so cute. But as well as that shaker, at the same time, these letters are the die cuts from here. So once she actually cuts it, you get your standalone letters, which is what I say, you make two cards for the price of one at the same time. So love that. Love this embossing she's got here in the background. That's the Geodot embossing stencil that's brand new in this collection as well. Just show you a couple more. So another one here. Another stencil, brand new stencil. We have 15 new stencils in this collection. It's amazing. So again, that one's just combined with another stamp set coming up. And then again, you've got another version of that. Obviously, you can just put a backing paper behind there. That paper is actually from a new paper pack that we've got with this collection. I'll just show you, because the paper pack, I always forget about it. Actually, I don't think it is from there, but we've also got the Big Moments paper pack. This is gorgeous, this paper pack. So you're getting 24 sheets, but there's 12 designs and they're double-sided. So basically you get a choice of 4 sheets of each design. And just to show you that stencil that had been used there, that's the Geodot stencil as well. So I'll try and go through the different products as we go along. So that's your Celebrate dies. Okay, just I'm in love with those, absolutely in love with them. Right, okay, so next, let's see what here. Next, I'm going to go through the Party Fun. So I'm not doing this in any particular order. So Party Fun is a 4x6 or an A6 stamp set. So you've got your stamps, always bigger than they look on the packaging, and you've also got your dies that are going to match it as well. Okay, so you can cut out every single thing on here, so you've got a die for everything. Okay, and the party and birthday are separate, so you can kind of, you know, use them however you want. And the whole idea behind these was really, I wanted it to be birthday, but I also wanted it to just be party. So, you know, kind of this can be for anything. I've wanted to do some sort of food-based stamps for ages. So we've got a cupcake with a candle in. You've got your lollies, your cocktail, donuts, little strawberry there, and your ice creams. So, and then you've got like gifts and your sentiments as well. So that's just a really nice, cute little stamp set that you and die that you're going to use over and over. It's quite timeless, that one, I think. And the other reason that I did it like this was so that you could do men's cards. So the whole thing about this collection was that it's not just for female, it is also for all those hard to make guys as well. So let's see what some of the things that you can make with this. Oh, I love this. Look at this one. Isn't that cool? So Rachel's made this. And what I love here is she's actually stamped her background just in black. And then she's had a piece of vellum over the top. And then she's just stamped. Sorry, I'm a bit all over with my. She's stamped and coloured all the stamp and coloured all those things. What do you call them? Images. And just laid them up. I absolutely love it. I think it looks really modern, but really cute. And actually, that would be such a nice grown-up party invitation. So thinking ahead, if you were doing like a barbecue or something like that, you know, it could be for anything, couldn't it? So, but I think that's really nice. Very easy to do. Very classic. Again, that isn't going to age. You could still make that in 10 years' time and it still would look exactly the same and just as good. Then we've got Christine, who's just kind of done like a little smorgasbord there of all the different things. And this lovely background is a stencil. So that's the Boho Daisy stencil. That's been a real favourite with the design team and me too. I love this. Look at this. You've got a little heart in the middle of your daisies there. Just absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely love that one. And then this one, Rach has actually again used some of those elements, but this time she's used some different papers. So these papers are from a different birthday paper pack. If you like this one, because you can cut, that's a whole sheet and you can just trim it down. That's in the store. There's not many of them left. I think you'll be lucky if there's half a dozen, I think, of that left. It's quite an old pack, but it sells and sells and sells, but we won't be reordering it. Then again, combining with your stencils. And look, we've got some shimmer on here with some nice embossing. So Christine here, yeah, I'm just checking. It is Christine. So what I like here is she's stenciled in blue and then taken the same stencil and over stenciled it again. And this time she's actually embossed it with silver embossing powder. Just really gorgeous. And, you know, that's, again, could be for any age. Let's see. Another party one. Lots of donuts. Pink donuts. Can't beat pink donut. Can't had a donut for ages. Oh my god, my tongue's blue today because I've been eating blue sweets. And another take on just kind of like that modern kind of layered look. Love that. Again, this paper is from that birthday paper pack. But don't forget, if you don't manage to get your hands on that, don't forget we've got the new Big Moments paper pack, which is really nice. So that's that one. A couple more of these. And then going back to the Celebrate die and combining it into a slimline card, that just looks great as well. You know, you don't have to do loads. And I love on this one, she's look, she's put her glossy accents on there. And then finally, another one from Natalia, and I love the colours on this. Like I say, her colours are amazing. So this background here is actually a stencil, and I love this. I'm just seeing some of your comments. The party card. Yeah, it is a good idea, isn't it? It's really different. And yes, I like showing you the finished cards too, because they don't get shown much on telly. They're just, it was so fast with everything, and Hobby Maker in particular, really, really fast. And because I'm on a separate counter, sometimes I don't always get to flick through everything. But yeah, I love that one as well. So that is the party. That concentrates on the party set. Then we've got, actually, I'll show you that big Celebrate stencil there in the background. This one, love the colours on there. I love that she used brown, pink and blue. There's some of my, that's one of my favourite colour combinations. That is a set of layering stencils. So in this pack, you actually get 4 stencils to make up that coloured effect. Now obviously you don't need to do it multicoloured if you don't want to, but if you were going to do it monotone, what I would do is I would maybe, you know, you could do it in 4 different pinks or 4 different blues, but really nice big. You've all been loving, look at the size of this, the letters. You've all been loving all the text stencils we've been doing since before Christmas. So every time we're doing the anything to do with text stencils, you're selling out. So, and we're having to restock them. So I just love this one. I think this is really nice. And again, you could do that in silver, you could do it in gold, so it then elevates it, makes it more elegant for like a really good, you know, something like an anniversary, or maybe for someone older. So then we've got wishes and celebrations. So this is a bigger set. This is an A5 or a 6x8 set, this one. And you can see there, you're getting some really good sentiments in here. So these are big stamps. So make a wish, you've got happy birthday there with some prezzies, a big happy birthday with presents here. And then you've got like your little extras. I love this one, look, it's just a little cartoony hand holding a balloon, and there's a speech bubble there, and you can actually put whatever you want into the speech bubble. So just to show you how big they are, look, they're a lot bigger than they look on the packaging. And then you've got like your champagne, your glasses, candles, you know, so very adaptable, so you can kind of do what you want with these. And then obviously you've got your all your dies that are going to match as well. So that's wishes and celebrations. So let's see what we've got to show you with those. Look, this is a big collection, guys. Let me just have to move these because I'm getting a bit unruly. Bear with. So let's show you some more samples. So this one, this is great for like those male themed cards maybe. Isn't that cool? And then if last month you got the Happy Celebrations text stencil, that's what's being used there in the background. Yeah, I'm ready for summer too. Does anyone else feel ready for summer? I'm like ready for all these bright kind of fun cards and fun colours. And this is what this collection does, I think. And then we've got this one. I'm going to switch cameras because I'm kind of losing it a little bit there. There we go. Let's zoom in a bit. I feel like I'm waving about. I've got a bit of a migraine, so I've had a, this camera, I can't get it straight today, so I'm not much better on here either. But love this one. That's got the papers from the paper pack, but just really nice, maybe a little bit older, that card. And then we've got this one, which has got a nice bit of holographic in there, and again that Happy Celebrations stencil. Every time I feel this, it's quite clever, this card. So Christine, what has she done? Okay, she has inked green card. Okay, so she's inked a piece of white card and made it green, I think. Let me take my glasses off to see that. Yeah, she has. She's definitely inked it. So this is white card, inked green, and then she's put the Happy Celebrations stencil over the top. And if you notice, you get a reverse effect. So can you see the actual the actual text is a mask. So it comes out white if you're going to ink through it. So when you ink it, basically you ink the background, not the text. So when she does that on here, because she's made the background green, what she's done is she's used one of the embossing pastes, and she's actually spread embossing paste through. And can you see it's shiny? And that now makes this have texture. And it actually, every time I pick this up, it's like an illusion, because I feel like this is velvet for some reason. Every single time I pick it up, I stroke this card because I think it's velvet. And it's because we've now got the shine against the matte of the inked background, and because the inky background is not a flat colour like it would be if you just use green cardstock, it wouldn't be the same. But because there's like texture in the ink blending, it makes it feel like it's fluffy. I can't explain it. It's really bizarre. And then look, I love that she's then also embossed there in that holographic. Can you see how she's embossed that? Because this is an emboss ink stencil. This wasn't even in this release. This is from the last release, wasn't it? But look, and then she's actually made that line up with this in the aperture. So it looks very simple to make, and it kind of is, but there's some really cool little tricks going on there. She's very clever. Right, let's gosh, 20 minutes already. Okay, love this one. I think this is so much fun, this. So this would be great for a teenager, great for your dad or your granddad. And this is what I mean about you can stamp inside this bubble. Now, this stamp set that's been used here is actually the, oh my gosh, what's it called? I haven't got them to hand either. It's the calendar. It was in a set we released last year, and I think it's called Calendar Months. Calendar Months and Dates, I think. And I'm pretty sure that's from there. But yeah, really, really nice, that one. And then another really nice simple one here. Again, we've used that Geo Dot stencil, which everyone has been loving. So I can always tell when something's going to be popular because the design team are all over it like a rash. So the Geo Dot they've all loved, and also the retro rounded square stencil, which I've not shown you yet, but they love that as well. This again is that star circle stencil that we released last month with the stamps. I'm going to have to hurry up. And again, this is the Starburst stencil this time. I'll be honest, when they made these cards, I hadn't sent them all the stencils, so that's why they're using some of the older ones. But that's great. And then this is a new one. So this is the Floral Meadow stencil. They're all different. Love these. Look how great the embossing is with that stencil. Isn't it cool? You know, it's not as deep as an embossing folder, but you can't get it any better, I'm telling you. That looks a bit blurred. I think my camera's doing that stupid thing where it focuses when I move. Love this one. Got to show you this one. So on this one, Natalia has used the retro rounded squares, like I said. And then, what she's done, this is like a bar of chocolate. I don't know where I think she does intend it to be like that. But basically, she's put some of the shimmer embossing paste on there to actually build up all this texture. And then she's torn some cardstock here, and she's actually attached gilding flakes. So it looks like the wrapper of a bar of chocolate has been ripped off. And then again, that stencil and a ribbon. Love that, Natalia. Very clever. Another one. You can tell Rachel loves clean and simple, which I love as well. So that works so well too. And final one. Different colours. Again, that boho daisy stencil this time. and this one's got a shine on it too, and a little bit of embossing paste on that one as well. So that's the wishes and celebrations stamps. And then, last but by no means least, for the stamps, we have the OMG birthday. I need to... Why is it doing this? There we go. It doesn't like when I go really close. So OMG, it's your birthday. Now, this is just such a cool stamp set. Again, you've got your dies to match as well. You can see how big the stamps are. So you get slightly less stamps in here, but they're big. Okay. So you've got this great big statement stamp here, and the girls have absolutely loved using this. You've got a smaller one here, so you can combine these together, or you could combine that with that if you like. Everything works together anyway. Angie said, Angie, you do make me laugh. Hello, Jacqueline. So funny. Absolutely ready for flip-flops, yeah. Or even flip-flops. I always think of you. Every time I see that word, I always think of you. It still makes me laugh just as much now. It's a joke, everyone. Basically, what do you call a Frenchman that wears sandals? Philippe Flope. Anyway. Philippe Flope. Just still makes me laugh. Sorry, I'm so childish. You've got your balloons. You've got this gorgeous cake here. Look at this cool cake. It's a big, big cake. You know, if that was a big birthday, you know, you could really kind of make that look like it was on fire or something like that. So that is the OMG, it's your birthday. And just to show you the samples from that one as well, I think this is my very favourite card from this collection. So simple, so bold and contemporary. You can make that for anybody. OMG, OMG, OMG. It's your birthday. It's just great. I absolutely love this. Great for men's cards. Doesn't matter who it's for. Could be for anything. If you were selling cards at a fair and put that centre, I would have at least 20 of them made because you're going to sell out. Love this one as well. So this one Natalia's actually just stamped and then embossed the black there, which is lovely. And then used a die, again a bit of stenciling behind the cake and then just layering the balloons. These are all really easy to colour, by the way. They don't take any time at all to colour. So if you, and also all of these stamps look just as good not coloured as well. And then again, you know, just a bit of stenciling. Loving what Christine did with the retro dot, the geo dot stencil here, where she's actually double coloured it. So she's layered it and then double coloured it, which is really, really nice. Love that. And again, another cake with some embossing behind. So maybe for someone a bit more traditional, you know, someone older maybe. In that gold, but this is what I mean. Look, that hasn't even been coloured. It's just stamped in black, and it looks great. You don't need to do much with these. Love this one. I know this is Rachel. Yeah, just looking at it. Again, just using a stencil embossed in the background, and just the cake again with the, you know, it's just these little details. This is kind of the thing that floats my boat, just like having these like little tiny details and finishing touches. I just think are gorgeous. And then this one, and great for maybe a men's card, or for maybe for a teenager, you know, or someone, I don't know. You could even, I mean, I love this layout anyway. I think this is fab. You know, you could, that's not one of our dies, by the way. But, you know, you could use that for anybody, couldn't you? Again. And again, you know, she's only coloured that all in one colour. And then finally, using that Celebrate stencil. And definitely, I would say for a guy or maybe for a teenager, that one. Or even, it's any age, isn't it? Is the colouring with markers, pencils or inks, please? On which one? To be honest, most of these are done with markers. This one, this is just different coloured inks stamped. So yeah, all of these have all been done with markers. But you could easily do them with pencils if you prefer, and you could even colour them with inks. That one's all ink. So, you know, it's up to you how you want to do those. So, so don't get sort of stuck on, I've not got any markers kind of thing, because it doesn't matter. And then there's one final die in this collection, which is this one. And I absolutely love this. On the die cut images, yeah, they've all been done with markers. So really your alcohol markers, most of them that the girls have used. But you could, like I say, you could do it with ink. You could colour them with inks. You could colour them with pencils. It's up to you. I absolutely love this set. I'm going to turn this over so you can see what this is. So basically, this is all one big die, so you can cut all these pieces out together. I would, apart from these two centre bits here, this is your highlight, okay? And also it means that you can cut an aperture into your balloons here. So I would keep this whole die in one piece. Let's find mine. So yeah, I needed to, when I used this, I forgot to take these bits out. So just pop those out, those little bits, because, oh, I've lost my things. I have a little pair of pliers that I use all the time, just for my dies, and there they are. Let me just, I'm just doing it now because I'll forget again, and because I have cut these out, look, and I actually forgot, and I cut the centres out, so I just want to do it now while I think about it. So this is the best way to actually get your dies out of this sheet. Now, I would just leave that die as it is there, and just have those there in case I want to use them as an aperture or whatever. And then I would just cut the whole thing in one pass, because it's just really time saving. That's my thing, is it's time saving. So that is the whole set. Now what you have here is these strips are words. So you've got celebrate, hello, birthday, congratulations, love you, which has a little heart in between the two words, and thank you. And what you actually get is, let me show you, let me grab a bit of dark cardstock. Because they're so fine, it's quite hard to actually show you on camera, really. These are so delicate. One little piece there. Look how delicate they are. So you've got hello, celebrate, thank you. You're going to need tweezers to use these, really. Let me go with mine. Then you've got love you, and like I said, there's a little heart that pops out of the middle. Oops. So I've cut these out of metallic. And then you've got congratulations. Oh, and another one. Oh, of course, birthday. So you've got 6 sentiments. I cannot tell you, I actually have in my stash somewhere a die that I bought, not that long ago actually, maybe about 4-5 years ago. And basically it was this. It was a little bit bigger, but it was one word like that. And I paid £6 for one word. And you're getting 6 here on one die. It's crazy. Then you're going to get your balloons. Look, this is what I mean, look. So that die is the highlight, but really it's more so that you can create an aperture in there if you wanted to. And it gives you the extra little pieces. That little tiny heart, keep that as well. That's just so cute. Look, you get the tiniest little heart there. And then what you get is a little bit of ribbon as well, a little bow. And what it does, I love these. I really, really love these. I've wanted to do this die for so long. Now, the only thing I would say, if you do the aperture, yeah, this is another reason not to keep that die in the middle, because on mine, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, I actually have, where the die was attached, yeah, can you see it? There's a little dot there. So you need to remove that. And what I would say is get your snips, get your pliers, and make sure that leftover little bit, you know, you get like a little bit. Just be careful not to damage the actual blade of your die. But kind of take those extra little snips out. You see what I mean? Like hit there in the heart there. Just twist it and it'll come out. Like that. Yeah, it's gone now. And that'll just clean your die up. Because you don't want that. It just like, I've got 2 little dots there. So I wouldn't actually use these. But now what we can do is we take our sentiment and you're gonna just glue these together. So this is the string to your balloon, and then if you want to, you don't have to, but you can then add your little bow as well, and you've got your little balloons. And you know, you can do whatever you want with these. So like, you know, you could put your heart in the middle as well. So you could embellish these, completely up to you how you want to do it. So like I've given you the love you one because I thought, well, we've got a heart balloon, we need like a little love thing as well. You can, if you want, you can put your bow down at the bottom, which is nice as well. So it's completely up to you. But these are just absolutely gorgeous. So I just love how fine they are. They're just, and don't think of, you know, you can use these on their own. They don't have to be used with balloons, don't forget. These are sized to go on a card. So, in fact, I'm going to show you. I've got to show you this. I was hoping to do this demo, but I don't think I'm going to get it done. So, I've got to show you this. Look at this amazing card. Absolutely. This is Natalia again. So, what she's done here, in fact, let's make this because it's quite clever. So let's make it. We'll make time. We've got a whole load of stencils as well, by the way, which I'll show you at the end. So yeah, let's try and make this. Bear with me a second. I'm not prepped now. So what I'll do is I'm going to first of all in fact, bear with me, I've got a thing there. Luckily I've got some bits and pieces of cardstock here. What's wrong with that? Oh. Okay, so I've got just an A6, 4.25 by whatever card. Okay, so that's going to be my card base. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to die cut this first. I'm going to get let me grab some black card. So I am going to cut this in one pass, and I'm just going to tape that there. So I haven't said about the giveaway, have I? So enter win in the comments if you want to be in my giveaway today. Not sure what I'm giving away yet, but I will give something away. Guys, I just need to pause just 1 second. Bear with me. I'll be back in a minute. Sorry, I'm back. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I'm back. Are you all still there? Sorry. There was someone at the door. Right, okay. God, I forgot what I was doing now. Oh, yeah. Are you still there? I'm so sorry. It was just... I thought it might be Chris and he'd forgotten his keys. And then, of course, I couldn't get rid of them. Right, okay. Are you all still there? Oh, usual day in the life of Mickey. Okay. So, look how good that's actually cut. It's just all come out in one go, which is just fab. So, grab my pokey tool. All right, just get that off there. So just always remember to like take your tape back off if you with your dies. Sometimes you forget that there's a bit of tape on the back and then you get frustrated that you can't actually get them out. So all our dies, as always, have a hole in them to just kind of release everything. Look how easy these are coming out. I put loads of holes in. I find it one of those things that's just really, really annoying. Okay. Oops. Oh, I think I've just... There we go. And then just finally, just the little bow. Okay. I could have tapped that out a bit more, but I don't want to deafen you with messing around. Okay. So, because I had to, this card, I'm going to put it here, look, so that I can show you how we make it. And let me actually show you it close up, if the camera stays. So we've got an aperture here. Can you see? And then we've got lots of layering. So we've got an aperture into the card base, and then we've got these that are then kind of layered up. So I'm not going to show you the entire thing because it's not difficult to work it out. But what I'm going to do now is, this is what I'm going to actually do. So let me think. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to take my yellow card here, and actually I'm going to have to separate these off, which is fine, doesn't matter to me. So I'm going to put my balloons in place. So I'll put that one there, and we'll have that one there, okay? And then we're just going to die cut these. So I'm going to just attach these down. Okay. It would be perfect foiled, yes. Yeah, big heads up to the design team. Thank you to Natalia, Rachel and Christine. And obviously we have lots of other design team people around as well, so big thanks to them as well. So what we would do then, this would be my mat onto the cardstock here, okay? So what I'm going to do, oh, I don't think I've got, I do have a pen, have I got all that? That's a pickup tool, not a white pencil. Right, okay. I'm going to just grab my gel pen. Okay, and I'm just going to trace round there. Okay. Just to show me where I've positioned my dies. Because obviously I want to be able to put that back here, okay? And then all I'm going to do, because we've done this in blue, I'm going to get some blue ink. This might actually be too light. Oh no, it'll work. And let's... Now again, you could do this with markers if you wanted. It's up to you how you want to do that. Completely up to you. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go with pink. Don't know if this will work. It might actually be better if I did a different... Let me just... Yeah, I don't want that colour. It's going to go purple. If I put pink on top of blue, it's going to go purple. So I'm going to go with Twisted Citron and we'll go green. That's better. Okay, so now it makes it stand out a bit better and you're getting that shading behind, yeah? And then now the blooming door again. Chris is in now though, it's fine. Okay, so what I want to do now is I'm going to grab a stencil. Oh. Oops. Why do you never have enough room? So, my stencils are all now in my lovely binder. Look how organised this is. Look, a whole binder. And that's because I showed you these last time, the pockets, and I know loads of you have been buying these. Now what I'm going to do, I think, let me see, which one shall I use? I think I might use, I'm going to use these two together. So I'm going to come back to the stencils, I'll show you them because they are fab. So I am going to use the retro dots first. Okay. I'm going to actually use spiced marmalade. Now Natalia's used embossing paste. In fact, yes, okay. Right, let's go. Let's do two different things. So let's just this is all I'm wanting to do. I've used a linen cardstock here. So, oops, I've moved it. All I'm wanting to do is just get a hint of, that's it, just a little hint of design. And then what I'm going to do is, I didn't design it this way, but because it's geometric, you can kind of almost line up the dots to the grid. So if I get, oops, now which one should we use? I think I'm going to just use the clear. Okay, just for speed. Do you know what I did the other day? I left a whole tub of this without the top on. I was furious. What an idiot. So I'm not gonna worry too much about the placement. Okay, and I don't want it everywhere. So we'll just put it on some bits. And I like to use this really quite thick. I like a lot of dimension. So, you know, you can, if you don't, you can use it really thin, or you can go quite thick with it. It's up to you, but I like mine to actually have quite a lot of paste on. And then what I do is I come back and I actually then scrape that off. So I'm still not wasting. I really need to clean my tool. Right, just let me, so if I come back in, I can actually scrape all this out. I would be able to if my knife was clean. I need to scrape my knife off. Okay, I'm going to put that over there so that I can wash that. So now, can you see this now? So that is basically our clear embossing paste, and that will dry like glossy accents. And look how nice and thick that is. It's like really lumpy. There's lots and lots of, I don't know if I can show you all the dimension. Yeah, you see like some really big chunky bits there. Yes, the stencils would be great for a junk journal. So we're going to actually attach that onto there. Okay, so where did they go? I had some 3D foam somewhere. So I'm being careful not to, you know what I'm like, being careful not to turn that over. I'm nearly doing it every time, but it would have been better if I'd have put it on in place really maybe first. Okay, let's get rid of the backs. And I need one more bit just in the middle to support it. So like I said, this original card was by made by Natalia. So, you know, if you want lots of inspiration, the girls all have YouTube channels. So Natalia is Natalia Kuzak Art on YouTube and on her social media, so go follow her. Christine is Crafty with an I instead of a Y, Crafty Potential on YouTube and everywhere. And Rachel is, oh gosh, Rachel, I'm sorry, I can't remember yours. I think it's, I'm not sure Rachel, I don't think Rachel's got a YouTube channel, but she's, I think it's Pink Glitter Girl on social media. You'll find her anyway. If you go to the Polkadoodles blog, you'll see. So now, I'm just going to put that to a side for now, okay? And then, mainly so I don't get my fingers all in it. So now we come back to our balloons. We need to make the actual balloons. So we've already got these cut anyway, and I love things that are, like I say, like 2-for-1 kind of things. But what I want to do is I just want to cut some more balloons, and I want to cut some more like little ribbon bits. So this time, yeah, I'll cut them still out of the yellow. I've got some scraps, so I might as well use it. Or shall I? No, I won't. So I'm just going to use a bit of scrap. And I've done it out of white this time. Don't know where my thing is. My tool is here. Do you know, why is it when you look for things you can never find it, can you? I've been looking for me die catcher, my thingy, whatever you call it. I've been looking for that for ages. It's right next to me. So let me get rid of this waste. It's annoying me. I keep thinking it's part of my card. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, and actually I want some more little ribbons. So I'm just going to cut that again. I wish I put more ribbons on that die for you. We could have probably got another 2 on there so that you could put 3 at a time. It's annoying. but you know, you don't always think of these at the time. Okay. Right, so now we've got all of our little bits and pieces, including little stars, and now we can come back. Remember the colours that we're using here. I love Natalia's colours here with this black. I think it's really, really striking. But obviously we're going to kind of try and stick to the same kind of colours. So where I've got my yellow balloons, I'm kind of going to shade those with the blue, which will kind of go green anyway. So just make sure you've got your balloons the right way up. And you can go really dark if you want to, or you can go a lot lighter if you want to. Okay, and then on here, I think what I'm going to do is, got quite a lot of yellow because it's all on the back of the card now. That piece of scrap actually has a bit of a rip in there, but it's okay. So I'm just going to ink. So we'll have some white balloons, but I might change my mind on these. I might come back and recolour them. It depends how they look when I actually put them on. Okay. And then these bits I'm going to keep as they are. So let's see how these actually look. Oops. So if I actually start to assemble these, yeah, it's kind of going to look okay, I suppose. I wish I hadn't done them in the same colour background, really. But anyway, let's see. Let's see how they look. They're definitely going to look better white. So let's do them again. And we'll do them in white. That's probably why Natalia had a black background. It certainly looks better. Okay, one last cut. This is going to give me extra ribbons. So make sure you enter win in the comments for the giveaway. I need to find what I'm giving away. I can't remember what it was now. So we'll just do the same again. And then this time, I'm actually thinking, seeing as we've got blue and white balloons, what if we had, and we've kind of got a bit of green going on in there. So let's have, this time, some yellow. And I'm going to use a different yellow, so I'm going to use a bright yellow, which is a squeezed lemonade. Okay. And it might just add a bit of contrast. In fact, what I'm going to do, this is just a little trick for you. So I'm going to, as well as the squeezed lemonade, I'm going to come in with some fossilized amber. And that'll just help it tie in, because squeezed lemonade's like a citrusy colour. And this matches my background, so it'll just tonally work a bit better than just the squeezed lemonade on its own. Right, let's try it now. Let me get rid of all that. Let's put that there. Oh, just put my finger in that. Was always going to happen, wasn't it? Okay. So now, where's my glue? I'm going to use glue gel for this, just for speed, if it'll come out. Come on, got a brand new tube. come on, get out. And I've actually got a key. Except it ain't going over. Because the key's too small. No, it's not. It's me being stupid. It will come out if I put a key on it, so bear with me. It's like a tin of corned beef. I nearly always lose this key. It's a miracle I've even got one. Oh, gosh. I just need to get some of this out. Okay, so let's just position some of these. So I'm going to put, let me see, I think that one there. I don't know that I'm going to get this out, you know. It's so, oh, I've got some glue stuck in there. Oh, I've got it. Oh, how satisfying. Right, let's get that on the back of a balloon. Not going to happen. Come on. Oh, God, it's still not coming out. Right, well. Yay. Oh. I am getting a bit, but not much. Okay, right. Let's go. I'm trying to do it sort of, I really like the layout that Natalia used, so I'm trying to do a similar layout, really. Okay. Let's go. That one there. Oh God, this is so annoying. This was a brand new tube, and my little trick of putting the tape on the back onto the thing didn't work. Oh, for God's sake, I've lost the will to live. Where's my scissors gone? Be Christmas by the time I get that out. Okay. So I'm not really sticking them down yet. I'm not sure where I want these to go. I'm just kind of going to position. I think I need them the other side so that they're not the same balloon. Sometimes this is the thing that takes the most time, is just positioning things. And one, maybe one last one. I kind of looked at this and thought I'll prep that and we'll do it, and then I thought, oh, I don't think we'll have time, and so I didn't prep it, so I would have had all these bits done. I need to get a bit faster. So let's put that one up there. I just wanted like lots of, I haven't put anything behind there either, so I'm losing a bit of dimension because it's squashing down a bit. Let me just slide a little foam thing under there. Oh, this is, oops, oh, camera's gone. Right, okay. I'm glad I looked up just as that went. That's my battery gone. Okay, I'm just gonna, look, I'm just gonna push my tweezers under there, look. And just push in some foam. And it'll just, oops, not like that. just help it keep its bit of dimension there. I didn't put much foam on this because I was rushing. And then we've got there, bit there, and there. And then what I didn't cut out again, because I forgot, was these bits. But I've got my silver ones somewhere. And now spread everywhere. Oh. We'll have to have these three because I don't know what I've done with the others. I think they might be on the floor now. Okay, so in fact, what Natalia's done, actually, I didn't notice this before. So on her balloons, she actually has used what has she used? I think she's used a different set. Yeah, she has. So these ones, look, these are off a different set. Can't remember what they're from, but we do have those. I think they might be out of the Say Cheese collection, those ones. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So I am going to put, let me see. I'm just going to put, in fact, what I'm going to do, I wonder if for the spits, no, I can't trim them. There's not enough thing on it. So I'm going to put birthday on there. One bit of glue, if that works. So I'll just have, let's see, I'll put birthday up here on the star, and we'll have one on there. And then we'll have that coming down. So I'm going to have celebrate and birthday. Okay. And it goes right to the end. And then we'll just add, oops, got way too much glue there, but never mind. Ooh. So mine aren't going to match. I've got white ribbon instead of silver ribbon, but it's okay actually, it looks alright. So it matches the balloons. I'm glad I did the balloons as white. So if you wanted to, obviously you could go in and you could add some more of these. You know, I've got spares there, so you could add more for sure. And then all I'm going to do, just for contrast, I'm going to keep these white stars white. And we'll put one there. I've got a little nick there, so I'll just get rid of that. And then I think we'll have another one there. And I'm sure you've got other things that you could put on there as well. Like I've got an extra like little thing here. That looks quite nice. I might put that on there. There's no reason why you can't have extra little bows and things wherever you want them to be. There, that all turned out in the end, I think. What do you think? So, you can see how that paste is drying. So, same card, two different colourways. But if you're going to make that, I would definitely have your balloons as a different colour, like the way Natalia did. So she actually coloured her, looking at this inside, her base, she just coloured her stars in there directly onto a card base. She's just got a card base there and then just the black. So that was really quite striking. And then the other thing that I might just do is I've got here some tonic drops. This is the pearl, what's it called? Ivory seashell. And I'm just going to add, do you know, I think these, no. Yeah, I'm just going to add a few little dots. So just to highlight. Yeah, that makes it look a little bit kind of more celebratory actually. Yeah. That's going to fall off, so I can't move it too much. There you go. The good thing about having your texture paste, you can stick those into the texture paste, so it's going to hold it down, which is quite cool. But how nice is that? That's good, isn't it? I like this background. I like this mesh, which is the retro rounded square. I really like that. But like I say, you could then stencil into the squares as well, which is really cool. It is a happy card, isn't it? Oh, you're talking about the glue. Yeah. It's a gel. It's basically just like a gel glue. It's a British company called Pinflair that have it. Crafter's Companion also have the 3D Kalal glue gel. I'm sure you'll be able to get that in the States. I don't know if you can get Pinflair, but it is fab. It's thicker than the Kalal, which is why I like it. And you tend to get more in a tube. But I have to say, I do think that it also clogs up a little bit more easily than the other one. But it's my fault. I came back to it. I'd opened a brand new thing, and I'd put, the other week I was showing you that I'd found that if I put a piece of tape over the end, because I'd lost the top off a different tube, I put tape over the end, and it seemed to stop it from curing and going hard in the tube. And I did it with this one, which was a brand new one, but when I came back to it, it had gone hard at the top. And so it's because I've got gels stuck in there. I've got hard gels stuck in. I need to try and clean it out. I will be able to get it out, but it'll take me a while to do it. So, right, okay. So giveaway time. And I also forgot to say that there's a code for the website as well. I'm so bad today. Sorry, it's because I've had a blooming migraine again. Right, okay, I'm going to type it in the comments here. So use code Sunday15 for 15% off your order until tomorrow. So it lasts 24 hours. That's an exclusive for the live. Sorry, I should have put that at the top of the page. If I see any of you that have placed an order, I'll go in and I'll actually refund you the 15% off your order, because I know a few of you have been ordering. So what are we going to give away? Let me see. Oh, I tell you what, I haven't shown you. I need to show you the papers because these are so nice. Oh, actually, and I haven't shown you the stencils either. So just before I go then, let me show you the stencils because there's loads. Right, look at my messy desk. So, lots of you have been loving the new storage folders that I found. So if you didn't catch me on the last live, we actually have 2 sets of storage folders in the store. This is, let me just grab one. I haven't got one of the others with me, but I've got a smaller one. So we've got 2 or 3 actually, different ones. So, because people like all different things, don't they? So the first one we've got is we have these little A5 storage pockets, okay? You know, they're in the store. I think they're in sets of 5 or 10. But I'm finding these really useful for storing like my die cuts in and things like that. And just for grouping like my stamps and dies together. So when I've got my stamps and my outline dies, I kind of put them together in here, and then I can also put the die cuts in there, so it's keeping me really organised. So we've got those in A5, which is your 6x8 in the States. We've also got those in A4, which is your 8.5x11 in the States, I think. So they're in the store, and I know lots of you have been buying them, but I need to show you these. So I showed you these on the last live, and I know lots of you have been buying them because we've had to restock them 3 times. Every time I get a load for my stencils, Chris comes in and says, I've run out, you're going to have to give me all yours until we get some more in. So you keep pinching mine. Anyway, I've hidden some today. I found a big bag of them today, and I've hidden them in my drawers, so I'm not giving them up again. So we do still have them in stock, but if they run out, if they're out of stock, don't worry, because we will keep restocking them, because they're flying out. We've literally sold hundreds and hundreds and hundreds in a couple of weeks, and the reason is this. Look at this. So this is an A4 6. It'll fit your 8.5x11, I think. Let me just check before I say that, because I don't want to. I always forget if 8.5x11 is bigger. I know A4 is 12 inches. Where are we? Inches. Yeah, 8.5. This is the internal measurement by 12 on the internal measurement. So they'll fit your 8.5x11. They'll fit A4 for the UK. Right, I've been looking for something like this for a long, long time, and I finally found them. Like I say, I can't keep these in stock now. So basically, for your ring binder, full internal measurement, because this is the thing, is that every time I've got these, the internal measurement has been too small for what we need. But crucially, there's no snap here, but it has this fold, so it keeps everything inside. And I specifically, to be honest, I've been using these for absolutely everything, but specifically I am using them to store my stencils. And it now means that all these stencils, because we have hundreds of stencils at Polkadoodles, these stencils can now just go in my ring binder, and this makes me so happy I cannot tell you. So I've just got a cheap little ring binder, and look now, I can just flick through all my stencils, but they're easy to get out. Look, easy to get out, easy to put in. You know, like the other pockets, plastic pockets with the thing at the top, they're too floppy. These are not floppy, these are actually quite heavy duty. You can tell, look. So they work amazingly well. And most stencils are either A5 or 6x8 or 6x6. But even if you get an A4 stencil and an 8x8 stencil, you're still going to be able to put them in here. The only ones you're not going to be able to put in are your 12x12s, okay? But then they're not going to fit in the ring binders either. So, but you have all been buying these by, loads. But I mean, look, and then you can just label what they are. I get 2 into, look, I'm missing some there. This is the other thing I like, is it's keeping me organised. I know that I'm missing those. I've been quite generous with myself here. You don't have to be. You know, in there, if you buy things that are a collection, I mean, you don't have to put your stencils in these. You could be putting your stamps and your dies in. Or if you're buying a collection, you could put the whole collection in. So, for instance, let me get a spare one. Like here, if you've got a 6x6 or even an 8x8 paper pad, you could put your paper pad in there with your stencil. You could be putting your dots in there. You could also be getting, you could be putting your stamps and dies in there. These are really strong wallets. You could then also have your other stamps and dies. So you could actually put the whole collection together in there in one thing. And then if you've got a big lever arch file that's got a big deep spine to it, you could actually be storing several collections together in one binder. And, you know, you're just going to keep everything in there together. And maybe what I would do if I was going to do that, that's not how I tend to store, although I'm not happy with how I'm storing things at the minute. But then you could be using these for your die cuts, and they could go in there as well. But I know there's other things out there, but I personally love that this has no snap on it. And the reason is, you guys know, that when you actually put all of this into your binder, I'll get rid of that, I've lost them all now. When you put all this into the binder, you end up, when it has the snap, you can't get them all in, you can't get much in. Look how much I've got in here. There's hundreds of stencils in here. There's, at the back here, these are all old, like really old ones that I've just kind of grouped together. So look, I've put all of them all in one, and I can put loads more in there. I was just quickly doing it earlier, and then what I did was, as I was going through, I thought, right, okay, I need to divide these. So I've just put a piece of cheap copy paper in between. So I've got, oops, let me show you. So I can use the back as well. So I've got some at the back, but look, they're still easy to get into the back and equally into the front. So they are, in my opinion, better than the top opening thin wallets, because like I say, they just flop around, and when they're like that, when they're floppy, you can't tend not to be able to do this and put two together, or you know, they all just like slide down to the bottom. Whereas with this, the other reason I like it like this with that side opener is because I tend to flick like this, and then I can just go in and go like this, and that means that, like I say, I've kind of been quite generous with myself there. I've even got these, not that they're really that useful because they're a bit small, but look, I've got two side by side, and then I would have two on the back there as well. Okay, so they are in the store. So they are back in, like I say, they are back in stock, because I know some of you have been waiting for those this week. Now, stencils. I need to show you the new stencils. So let me grab a piece of cardstock so you can see. Right, okay, so the stencils in this collection, we have Boho Daisy. This is gorgeous. It's got these little hearts in the centres. I'm going to come back to the other one in a minute. You've also got here Flower Meadow. In fact, I need to turn these around because they're upside down. So look, you've got Boho Daisy. It's still upside down. It's got the hearts upside down. This is called Block It. I'll come back to this one, but it's called Block It. This has been really popular, and we've already run out of this in 2 weeks. So Chris is busy making some more. So I've sold hundreds of that. So Flower Meadow, which is really nice, really pretty. And then we've also got Flower Bloom. this one's called. This is really nice. This is like just like a real classic stencil. Okay, then we've got here, I'm not going to go through these were from the other collection. Okay, so just those of you that didn't see it before, in here I've got 3 different stencils. So we've got circle, stars, starburst, and happy celebrations. These are the stencils that you've seen all over the girls' samples today. They're actually from, we launched those in January, but they've been, it's funny, we launched these with the Say Cheese collection, which is an older collection from last year, and we made new stencils to go with them on TV, but everyone kind of noticed the stars and ignored this one, and then now everybody's being kind of coming back and going, oh, I missed that, that's a really good stencil, and everybody's going for that one. So basically that they're the ones that are kind of current, if you like. Now the block stencil, Block It, this is actually part of this range, and this is called this is going to be called our Stencil Essentials range, and it is what it says on the tin. Yeah, digi storage, perfect for your digi storage, yes. So, and it's because they're thicker, you know, they've just got that weight to them, but they're not like ultra thick with the snaps. Is the important thing is there's no snaps, because as soon as you get weight into your binder, sorry, I'm going off on a tangent, you end up with an indentation from them snaps on the next pages. So if you're storing anything with paper, you've been there, I know you have, because it's happened to me. So if it happens to me, it must happen to everyone else. Anyway, so we have a new range called Stencil Essentials. These are not emboss ink stencils, which the others that we've been using today are, and the ones in the new release. But this is brand new. These are brand new. So we've got 10 brand new stencils. And the idea of these is just that these are going to remain always in stock, or if they go out of stock, we'll bring them back again. And they're just really good all-round usable stencils, maybe ones that you have difficulty finding, or that combine with things that you find difficult to make. So this one is the net stencil, which is just fab. We've got the rocket, so this is interspace. I love this one. Look, we've even got little alien things there, look. And you've got a moon here with all the craters on the moon. So this is really cool. These were designed really around the Little Dudes collection to start off with, because I know so many of you struggle to make the men's cards. We don't have many Little Dudes. They were on telly 2 weeks ago and sold out. So I don't know how many of those we've got left. This is the other reason that I wanted these stencils. So your stencil won't be like that, because I've fixed that. This was a test one that I had. I get all the test ones, so mine are different, but you'll get one that's got like a proper scribble in there. So that's your space one. You've then got ABC 1, 2, 3. Absolutely great workhorse stencil. You'll be using that so many times. I've actually had to stop myself from using it in the demo today, but I know how much it's going to get used, so I kind of purposely stopped. And then here we actually have the pencils. Now, where are my samples for these? Oh, hang on. Let me show you. I need to show you this, because they look great. They're fantastic stencils. Just realised where I put everything. Bear with me. Come back to some of these. Oh gosh, so many stencils. Not enough time. Okay, so going back then. So the net stencil, how cool this one is. You're going to use this all the time. That's I just know you'll use it over and over. The block one I showed you as well, that one, that's the one that everybody's been loving. So that one you're going to use all the time. So these, like I say, these are just really good everyday essential stencils that you're going to need. Your space one. How cool is that? Look at your little moon and your aliens. I love that one. Be great for boys' cards. So then we're into these ones. So this is why I wanted to show you these. So this one is your pencils and scribbles. Okay, so you've got this line of stencils down the edge, really big, so you're going to be able to put that onto 12 by 12s. You know, you can do a lot with that. How cool that looks with all your different colour pencils on there. So definitely not just for like children's things, but it's just a really good all round if you're doing anything vaguely arty. But equally you could probably use these, make these into candles as well, but don't worry too much about that because I've got something coming up for those. But you've then also got some extra bits on the top there as well. Then we've got this one, which is your ABC 1, 2, 3, and again just really usable, so you're going to use that loads. Right, what's next? So like I said, there's 10 of these. So now we've got birthdays. So this is party celebrations, so balloons, everything birthday. Here's your candles. So this is going to be really good for anything. You know, use that with the Big Moments collection that we've just been looking at. And then this is actually like a party background. It's like a crowd background or a load of balloons. So look at these. So if I just hold that out, can you see? It's like a silhouette. So this is more of a mask than a stencil. So this would look amazing if you actually had it on black card and then you actually used your texture paste to create a really nice sparkly background. But you know, however you do that, it's up to you. Shimmers, you know, if you've got any like shimmer pigments or anything like that, and then you've got all your candles there. So same principle as the pencils. If you wanted bigger candles, you could basically extend it down, so you could just kind of move your candle down and then have two, like, so they're really long, and you could do it that way if you wanted. And then we're coming to some boys ones. So we've got bones here. So we're into dinosaurs. So we've got some cute, let me do it that way. I think it's upside down. So you've got some dinosaurs. We've got a T-Rex, your Brontosaurus. I love the fish on that. And you've got some eggs on, dinosaur eggs, and then you've got bones there as well. So, oh, I didn't show you that. So that's the celebrations, the birthday one. And then we've got our dinosaurs. They come out really cool. And then you've got bones as well there as well. This I actually like if you do that in two colours. So if you do like blue and brown and just do it really soft, it comes out really nice. And then finally we have this one, which is football, and this has been flying out of the door. So again, this is another one. Chris has had to remake this 3 times in 2 weeks. That's how many we've sold of this. It's been absolutely crazy busy, but I knew it was such a good stencil when I designed it. It took me a long time to design this. What I like about it, in addition to, so this is soccer football for those of you in the States, but what I really like is I put a girl on there. So England, yay. And you've got your footballs as well. And then this is how that comes out. And this is why it's been so popular. So even if you just use this on its own, you can do this in your team colours. Up to you how you want to do it. But, you know, it's just like quite strong images. So if you had, I don't know what kind of stamp you might, but you could just make a whole background full of football. So I wanted to show you these because they've been, like I said, they've been really popular since we launched them. and they're just really nice, strong stencils. And then just to show you those others as well that I've been using, so the retro squares that I used on the card earlier, that's what it looks like if you do it in multicolour. Here's your boho daisy one, gorgeous. I would definitely go over, I would ink that like this, and then I would go back over it, or just with a marker and go in with your you know, you could even go in with like a little glitter glue pen and glitter some of your hearts. Then you've got your blooms, really nice. The flower meadow, just so pretty. That reminds me of like real folk art thing. We've got a bit of a boho theme going on this quarter with the last two collections, because that's quite strong in fashion right now. And then this is your geodot, which is basically like it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's an 8-sided, an octagon, basically 8-sided. And then to show you that Celebrate stencil, that's your 4 layering stencils. So these ones I've just shown you, the last 5, they're all embossable. This one, you can't really emboss this because you're going to knock out, you could emboss one sheet of it, but you'll knock out the rest. Oh, and they're old ones. That's you don't need to know about them. Right, okay, so that's it. I am done. I've got nothing else to show you. My wares are done. And I have a stamp somewhere to show you. Okay. I am going to, let me see. I'm not going to give away. I've lost everything, guys. I am going to give away today a stamp and die, and it's going to be the party stamps and dies, the party fun. So the party fun stamp set and the die set, I'm going to give that away today. Okay, so that is worth, oh gosh, I don't know, I can't remember. It's a lot though. It's a good £25, $30, something like that. And also, and a paper pack, so even more. We didn't even go through this, did we? But anyway, this paper pack is gorgeous. You're going to love it. So, and I'll probably throw a stencil in there as well. So, who is going to win? Okay, it's my fault. I didn't put all the win. I didn't tell you to put win. So I'm going to go all the way right up to the top, and I'm going to go through everyone's in the chance whether you put win or not. Jill, my grandson will love those dinosaur bones. Yeah. Okay. Right. Where are we? I'm just going to go through, make sure it's not someone who's won recently. Where are we? I'm just scrolling. I am going to pick... Stacey Allen. So Stacey, congratulations, you're the winner of the giveaway. God, it is like a blooming... Do you know, if you could see... I'm going to show you. Look at the state of my desk. Look at it. I had to tidy up. I had to actually unpack all my hobby maker stuff before I could even do the live today. But I had to tidy up as well because my desk was such a mess. And now it's worse than it was this morning when I tidied up. Oh my God. Right. So Stacey, congratulations. Well done. Thank you all for staying with me if you're still here. An hour and 3/4. We can't do it in under 2 hours, can we? So don't forget, use your code Sunday 15. It's only until this time tomorrow, 24 hours to use that, and you'll get 15% off your order, whatever it is. Okay, so use that. I will go through the website orders, so if you ordered right at the beginning, because I know a few of you did, I will actually refund that for you, because that was my bad for not actually telling you we had a code. So I will hopefully be back on Sunday, a week today, if not before. Thank you for joining me. If anybody's got any questions, just let me know. All the samples are actually on the product listings, and I don't know if you know, but we have an amazing gallery on the website. So all of the samples all get loaded onto the gallery. So even if you buy this collection and you don't use it, and in 6 months' time you're like, God, I don't even know why I bought this or what to make with it, go in the gallery and you will find the full set of samples for the whole collection in there. So it's really important to me that we always do that. So even if I don't show them here on a live, don't get to a live or whatever, that there's still loads and loads of inspiration. And make sure that you follow us on social as well. So Instagram, YouTube, the lot, TikTok. TikTok, I'm struggling to get there, but I'm trying my hardest. So thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to go. My voice is about to go. I'm struggling. So I'm going to go, and I need a migraine pill. So I'm going to go and grab a drink and something to eat. And then I'm going to spend 2 hours cleaning my desk up and sorting out the winners. So Stacey, if you can just message me, just send me a direct message or drop us an email to claim your prize, and we'll sort that out for you, and that'll be in the post tomorrow for you. Oh, and little Kim Stewart's just joined us. Oh no, that was a while ago. Sorry guys, I wasn't going through all the comments before. Right, anyway, but thank you for joining me. Thanks for all the questions. And at Crafty Queer, thank you. Thank you for joining us. And I hope we'll see you again. So I will see you again soon. I'm over and out. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Bye.